that, there we go, I'm now live on YouTube as well. How is it that we can have enough money to support wars all around the world, but we just cut 700,000 children off of food aid in the United States in 12 different states? The hardest hit are Texas and California, but 12 states, 700,000 children booted off of food stamps. Now, some of you might say, well, it's part of the Somalian Leary, but I don't think that's it. Let's see here. I'm kind of curious to see how it is that we can. Hey, Charles, how it is that we can afford these wars? Well, apparently the kids don't need. American children don't need food as much as, I don't know, Somali warlords. I don't know, who else are we giving money to? Are we still giving $1 million, $4 million a week, whatever it is, to the Taliban? Because I know that when I looked that up, it was actually a true statement, which boggled my mind. By the way, Teresa, how are you? All right, what do we got here? A couple things that you might find interesting. I know that would I have put this under miscellaneous shit? That's actually a file on my computer. I really do have to be a little bit more specific than that. Grilly. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure this is it. I had some interesting articles in here. The migrant who beheaded his victim and caused his intestines to spill out while he was still alive could avoid deportation from Germany because, and this is what the judge said, he will probably just come back from Somalia. That's in the Daily Mail. I didn't just make that up. I could see where you might think you just made that shit up, but no, I did not. These are news headlines. By the way, 9 out of 12 New York Police Department officers that allegedly went through Anthony Weiner's laptop, which included a huge amount of missing emails from Hillary Clinton. 9 out of 12 of them have now committed suicide, and they have all done it by means of self-inflicted gunshot wound. Huh. Well, no, that's weird. 9 out of 12. That's a lot of unaliving. I wonder what they saw. Under the heading of global warming, I'm going to throw out that the New Scientist, which is not exactly amateurs, in their Earth section, it says, the Atlantic is cooling at a record speed, and nobody knows why. El Caro, I think that's what that says. Hello. All right, let's see here. Where is the um, 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 um I'm just looking at a couple different articles. I got some good ones in here about the pyramids. Some very good ones. But that's for another night. Where are my this is the thing that I want to be able to do in the future. I want to be able to do live streams and then throw these things up so that you can see them while I'm talking about them. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, that's not where it is. Okay, so it's not under miscellaneous. It might be under. Well, now I've got miscellaneous shit and I've got miscellaneous. Like I said, I'm going to get a little more specific. I really wish I had a woman in my life, one who could help me organize, keep me on the straight and narrow, and not argue with me constantly, which means I'd have to pay her a pretty large sum of money. I've got a great meme here. Woman saying, he died of natural causes. And the detective is saying, you pushed him off the roof. And she replies, yeah, gravity's natural. And then he says, okay, I'll record it as coronavirus. Yes, it is supposed to be an El Nino year, and we're going to get an enormous amount of rain. When I say we, I don't mean we as in I'm in California, because I'm not. And they just keep passing crazier and crazier shit there. So I as much as I'd like to, I probably won't ever move back there. I'd love to live at the beach though, but it seems like all the crazy states have beaches. So I'm looking for interesting. Gold Traders Chat bragged about how easy it is to manipulate prices. Well, that's an old article. I got that. I saved that several years ago. I save a lot of things, which is interesting because my memory is actually very good, but I like to go back once in a while when I've got a question and I think, yeah, I remember that. And I go, but do I really? And I go back and check myself before I wreck myself. You are in Arkansas. Are you telling me that because you want me to come to Arkansas? Are you hitting on me? And on live stream, I'm not complaining. Come to Australia. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got beaches. I know about your fucking beaches, Tom. Okay? I know what Irukandji look like. I know what a fucking spotted octopus looks like. A blue ring octopus. They're about this big and they'll kill you. And Irukandji are about that big and they'll kill you. And a brown snake will kill you. And a taipan will kill you. And, did I miss anything? 14 different kinds of spiders that'll kill you. I like the fact that you guys have got funnel web spiders. Do they stay in the funnel web? Fuck no. They can actually sit at the bottom of your pool for an hour without drowning. And then when you go trollop around in the pool, they will find you and bite you. And I don't have the slightest idea how, and every fiber of my being wants to pretend like that's impossible, but I've heard that they can bite right through a shoe. And I've seen their fangs, and they are nasty. And the best part is that the funnel web hasn't killed anybody in a long time. It's true, it does keep you alert. Between that and getting into a boxing match with a 350-pound kangaroo that can disembowel you. Yeah. Everything in Australia wants to kill you, pretty much. Okay, it's not in my miscellaneous file either. This is really interesting. Where is it? I'm looking for what am I looking for? What the hell was I looking for? Wow, FedEx. When was this? Oh, this was back in 2024. FedEx fired 22,000 people. Good, man. I am doing well. Are you buying in on SpaceX? You know, I don't think it's a bad idea. I really don't, just because SpaceX, you know, if anybody can make SpaceX and Tesla and all of that make an enormous amount of money, it's him. And the reality is that it's what? I got a violation for misinformation. How do you do that? Oh boy. Is it going to be it's not a bad idea. Is it going to be a mugshot picture? Like, it looked like it was a picture of his mugshot, honestly. And I thought, it's gotten to the point now where it is actually laughable. You know, it really is. It's gotten to the point where it's a joke. Oh, by the way, the restrictions just kicked in. So unless you guys share a lot, you know what? I'm going to restart my live stream. I'm going to try that instead, because they're just going to kill me now. It's going to be like 12 people left on here, and that's not fair. I don't even know what the misinformation was. That everything in Australia wants to kill you. I don't know what that's about. I don't think everything in Australia wants to kill you, but a lot of stuff does. All right, gonna go live. Going live for the first time today. Never been live before, not today anyway. Nope, not live. Have not been live, but I'd like to go live. Going live now, first time. Here we go. Mostly cars. Random. Okay. All right. President of Syria, Al-Jilani. Got a picture of him right here. He did save the USA, but he is getting a little out of control. He saved the USA from what? Immigrants? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we deported some immigrants. We need to deport the bad ones, not the good ones. 4 more years of a puppet president, Obama. You're not from around here, are you, Robert? Obama had 2 terms. He was not allowed to run for a 3rd term. But then after he left, we had this guy named Donald Trump. He was the president for a while. And then he left office, and then we had Biden. Oh, I see. So I got it. 4 more years of a puppet president. And then he ran from, okay. Uh-huh. Got it. Wow, that's crazy. Keaton Girl invites you to co-host. That sounds really dangerous for me. Well, Cajun Girl, I might marry you. I'm not saying I'm not interested in marriage. I'm just saying I don't know if we can co-host. I think marriage is a good first step. Let's start slow, work our way into co-hosting. Let's see. We got some interesting stuff. Got Virginia. Is that her name? Virginia Newland. Wow, what a crazy human being that is. We got a bunch of Talmud translations. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know what they say. Let's just say they're spicy. Very spicy. London mosque faces criticism over men and young girls only charity fun run. No, I did not make that up, and that is not misinformation. No, gold hasn't slowed down. It's been held down. And, it's easy to do that for a while because all you have to do is raise the requirements for leverage. And, they just keep doing that until the only people that can be in the market are the absolute richest ones. No, you can't make that stuff up. They literally wanted a mosque is facing criticism over entry rules for a charity fun run. The 5K run being held in London's Victoria Park, billed as inclusive and family friendly, is only open to men and girls under 12. The Muslim community run has been organized by the East London Mosque and was due to take place in London's Victoria Park on Sunday. However, the mosque strongly denies claims that the event breaches equality legislation. The suggestion that our event breaches the Equality Act is entirely incorrect. You left out a part there, Matthew. It's family friendly. Bring your little kids and then leave without them. I'm so glad I got huge cups. It's so much easier to drink a gallon of water when it's only 5 glasses or 4 whatever that is. Men and little girls only. Just drop your little daughters off under 12 and let them go running into the bushes with a bunch of fully grown Muslim men, because nothing bad could possibly happen. What could go wrong? The fact that this is in London makes me laugh because it's so sad. It's just amazing to me because the English are, I'm assuming this is what it is. the English have been beaten so badly, so verbally for so long about being colonizers and how horrible colonization is. And, just just putting a couple drops, you get a little dropper, like a little eyedropper, and you just put a couple of drops of common sense on that and see what happens. Well, you came to my country and you colonized my country. I brought medicine. Yes, you brought medicine. And I brought rail and telegraphs and then telephones, and I modernized everything. I made it so that you didn't shit in the street. Yeah, so you treated us like we weren't as good as you. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine why anybody from a civilized country would go to some place where people drop trow in public in the street and think that those people are perhaps slightly barbaric. Or here's one, just in case you're wondering, like, to be honest, they weren't. They weren't barbaric. Really? Well, how about this? This is The Guardian. Frightening. It's in semi parentheses. Frightening Taliban law bans women from speaking in public. New vice and virtue restrictions offer a distressing vision of Afghanistan's future, says the United Nations. Wait, but when you say distressing, like what part of women not being allowed to talk in public is distressing? Wouldn't you file that under like a noise reduction ordinance? I mean, you kind of gotta laugh a little bit about it, right? Because it's just nuts. It's just nuts. Oh, by the way, did you see how the IPCC apologized and said, "Hey, we're sorry about the really horrible weather predictions that incited the panic because we said we gave you the worst case possible scenario, and it's not true." Really? I argue with climate idiots all the time. The flat Earth, climate's man-made. Yeah, those people. No, it's all man-made. Really? How's that? Well, they said so on CNN. Oh, good for them. I'm looking for there's a couple other articles that I'm fascinated by. I'm absolutely fascinated by them. My niece draw me holding hands with a burrito. I've never felt more understood. That's awesome. That is an awesome little cartoon. Okay, so where am I at now? I'm in the random file. Why do I do this? What? Like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with me? Okay. Cars, motorcycles, more cars and motorcycles, airplanes, very fast boats, a couple of really dangerous looking redheads, I have a flat earther say they can direct hurricanes wherever they want. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind having one in Arizona just to keep the dust down, you know? Just bring it on. Okay, so it's not in this. This is all cars and motorcycles and stuff. Okay, so it's going to be in the this file, I imagine. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I believe this. A narcissist likes to play forgive and forget, where you forgive and forget, and they keep doing what they're doing. No, that's the whole game. There's no other part of it. Would not want to live there. In Afghanistan? What are you, a girl? Gingers are dangerous. They actually are dangerous. And the reason I say that is because they have more Neanderthal DNA than the rest of us. Well, I shouldn't say us. I have a lot of Neanderthal DNA. But my point is that, yeah, they have higher pain tolerance. They're not as susceptible to anesthesia. What? What is this? Hold on, I'm gonna make this big. This is from the Washington Post, under which it says, democracy dies in darkness. It must be pretty fucking dark in Washington, D.C. right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the title of the article. So for those of you who are Muslims, Mohammedans, you could try to hit me with misinformation, but I'm going to be quoting the Washington Post. A Taliban founder Nuruddin Turabi, one of the founders of the Taliban, says cutting off hands as punishment will be necessary for security. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, come on. But Islam is a religion of peace. No, it's a religion of pieces. Pieces of you that they cut off if they don't like what you did. And in this case, it's your hand. And if you could see this guy, you would understand why I don't think he's kidding. I look into his one eye, because the other's gone, and I see a very, very angry guy. This is a dude who would definitely stone you. And I do not mean in a California, Hollywood Hills kind of way. Like, he'll straight up beat you with a rock. Now, on that note, one of the other things that I talked about was that I saw this article in my Apple News feed before I decided that I didn't really want Apple News anymore. And the reason I didn't was because the one before this, the article before this, in my news feed said that they were having to retrain the AI, the algorithm, because it was suggesting that perhaps Islam was violent. And then the very next article starts with a Taliban founder says cutting off hands as punishment will be quote, necessary for security, unquote. What? Yeah, exactly. Now, I will say that they did have some issues, like when you punched in search and it would say, oh, do you mean this? It happens to me all the time. I'll misspell a word and it'll say, do you mean this? And I'll go, oh, right. I before E, whatever. Yeah. But people had a lot of fun with that for just a very short time when they put in a white person stole my car and Google corrected them, and underneath the search it said, do you mean a black person stole your car? Oh, Google, you got some splaining to do. Yes, way. Here, when Google, okay, let's just not use that. Let's just skip that one. Okay, I'm going to try and say this in English now. When people typed, a white person stole my car and Google corrected it to black person, what was the backlash? See, I'm not going to ask if it happened because then they'll just say no. In 2009, users discovered that typing white people stole my car into Google prompted the search engine to ask, did you mean black people stole my car? This triggered intense public backlash and media scrutiny regarding algorithmic bias and the perpetuation of harmful racial stereotypes. Because we all know that young black men don't steal cars. They never have, and they never will. That it's just horrible. That's horrible. The racial stereotypes are so bad. How could you? Well, thank you, Sufi. That's so awesome. Because, you don't want to be perpetuating stereotypes. And, the idea that would perpetuate the stereotypes more than the hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of videos of that exact thing happening, well, that's just beyond the pale. Like, come on, man. Don't let the facts get in the way of a perfectly uninformed decision. To say to somebody nowadays, I love how unburdened